This is Tanya Franklin. This is Robert Johnson reporting for BowlinNow.com. Tanya, what's going on here at Outback Steakhouse tonight?
Well, we organized this because my daughter was fired from Outback a couple of weeks ago, and she got her determination letter from the state of Illinois, and they agreed with her. She was wrongfully terminated for wearing a "Don't Tread on Me" bracelet. They actually, in the letter, stated that that was a political point of view. But if anybody knows their history, they know that that's from the Gadsden flag, and it was for the Marine Corps. My daughter actually got that bracelet from a vet that gave it to us for the work that we do around this country, and she would have taken the bracelet off if she had been asked to, but a customer and her husband got so upset about this bracelet. They grabbed her arm and demanded to know what it was about. She kept saying that it said November. "Oh, I can see that. What else does it say?" And then she said, "My mom got it from a veteran at a tea party." Oh, those are the wrong two words to say to me. I'll tell you what, get your damn manager and get me wrap my food up. So Megan got the owner of the Outback and asked him to go over to the table. 10 minutes later, he walked away from the table. She finished her evening at Outback and he fired her. And then they're now in there saying that she was fired because other customers complained that night. And that's not what the state of Illinois Employment Security found. So we have a copy of the determination letter with us tonight.
Have you spoken with the management since the firing?
I have. Well, not this management at this particular location, but I spoke with Outback Corporation yesterday, and they just reiterated that she was fired because several customers complained that night.
Okay.
And I get their position, but even the state agrees with us. She was fired over that bracelet. The bracelet, honestly, it's not a political point of view. My son is in the Marines. My husband is a 24-year veteran of the Air Force. It's a patriotic point of view. And if you can be fired for that, you can be fired for wearing a lapel pin of a flag.
Right.
So there's no and they wear a lot of pins in Outback. So I don't have a problem with her wearing it. This is her free speech. And I am sorry to the employees if they think that we're going to hurt their paychecks tonight and their kids are going to have food taken out of their mouths. But you know what? It's all about them right now. She already got fired, so we know the consequences of that. She has no job, and they are bad-mouthing her.
Thank you.
I want an apology.
You want an apology?
She deserves an apology. She was 4 years with that company. She transferred from Carrabba's in Florida to Carrabba's in Virginia. Yes, she did. And then transferred here to Outback. There wasn't a Carrabba's close enough, so they put her in the Outback. And I worked for Outback when I was a kid. I have a problem with what they're doing. They say they stand for veterans. They're in there giving away bloomin' onions to veterans. Well, where do you stand tonight?
Right.
We've got proof. It's not our word against theirs. Even the state agrees with us. She was fired over that bracelet.
What's your name?
Megan.
Megan, you were the one that was fired?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a little bit what you experienced?
Well, the couple came in and we had problems with them in the beginning, which I never hid the bracelet from them whatsoever. My managers have seen the bracelet in the past. They've even acknowledged it and asked me about it and never asked me to take the bracelet off. On October 6th, I had a couple come in. They had just got in from a trip. They were tired, they were hungry, they just wanted to hurry up and eat, go home. So I did pretty much everything that they asked. Long story short, by the end of the dinner, she had kind of grabbed my bracelet, kind of like, "Oh, what's this?" And that's when she started getting kind of angry about it. And I said, "Oh, it's my bracelet." She goes, "I know. What does it say?" And I said, "Well, it says November 6, 2012." And she goes, "Uh-huh." And I said, "It's the day that we go vote next." And because she had asked me what the date was. And then she goes, "Well, I saw what that says, but what does the other side say now?" And I said, "Well, it says don't tread on me." And she goes, "Huh, well, why do you have that?" And I said, "Well, it was given to me." And she goes, "And what does it mean?" And I said, "Well," and at this point now I start kind of playing dumb because I kind of know where everything's kind of heading at this point with her attitude and the way it was going. So I said, "Well, the Marines, it's actually a Marine Corps flag." And you go ahead. And I was like, and my brother's a Marine, and also it's a flag founded like during the American Revolutionary War, but that's really, all I know about it. I just really liked it, so I'm wearing it. And she goes, "Uh-huh. And when'd you get it?" And I said, "Oh, it's been a little while." "Well, who'd you get it from?" And I was like, and it was like my mom. And she goes, "Well, why are you wearing it?" And I told her, I'm like, I really don't feel comfortable discussing this anymore with you. I'm really sorry. I'm really not in the right place to have this conversation. And so so it continued, and she kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and finally I was like, well, I got it from my mom, who got it from a vet, like a veteran. I guess it was like some, I don't know, like some kind of tea party or something. I don't know what it was. And she looked at me and got even more mad, and her husband, and she's like, those were the two wrong words to say to me. The tea party, what an insult. You're insulting me and my husband by wearing that bracelet. And she just kind of, hold on, and then she said that you are an uneducated little girl who needs to get yourself educated, and you know what, wrap up my damn food, get me some more damn water, and go get your damn manager. Now at this point, I have tears in my eyes, and I looked at her and I said, are you serious right now, ma'am? And she said, yes, I am. And I said, I'm on my way to get him now. And I walked away and I got my manager. He was then at the table for about what seemed like about 15 to 20 minutes. And at this time, I was on the phone with my mom crying now and letting her know everything that was going on.
Oh, it's okay.
And then after he was done, he brought their paycheck over to me, and he aggressively gave it to me. And then he said, when you're done, I want to speak to you. So I went and did my checkout, and I came back up to him and I said, Gary, I'm ready, I'm done. And he said, okay, let's go. And he took me into the office, and he sat me down, and the first thing he said was, I've had a couple of complaints about you this evening, so for that, I'm actually going to have to let you go. And I said, excuse me? And I'm like, complaints? What complaints? Like, who complained and when? And so he started to go on and say, like, these different tables were complaining about me, which I know didn't happen. So then we started discussing this. So now I've been fired. So now I wasn't going to sit there and stand. And I was like, well, do I have a chance to say, you know, what happened? Can I explain? He said, yeah, sure, go ahead. Well, in the process of me explaining, he cut me off and he says, by the way, I just want to let you know, I'm not firing you for that bracelet. And I said, yes, you are, Gary, and I know you are, and I know that you have to say that right now, because you know when I leave here, I'm going to get an attorney, and I will sue you for this. And he says, sue me, and he got really mad about me saying the word sue. And then it started to go on, and we started continuing to talk about how he's been verbally abusive to all of his employees there, past and present, and they can say whatever they want now, because I do have people who used to work there who will step up, and I have some that probably would step up now, but they're scared to lose their job, and they have children. So I understand where they're standing and their standpoint tonight on this protest is, but what I don't understand is why I'm actually standing out here to stand up for their rights and my rights and everyone else's rights, that it's not right to be fired over my political view, which I didn't intentionally force upon anybody. I wasn't talking politics. I actually was supporting my brother, who is a Marine Corps, and my stepfather, who is retired 24 years Air Force, all of my friends that I've grown up with on military bases who are now in the Army, and etc. So the fact that they're telling me that I'm taking food from their children's mouth tonight really breaks my heart, because I'm standing out here for their rights. And I won't have my rights violated. I won't do it. I don't care. I told someone else earlier, I don't care if I'm 72, if I'm 14, or if I'm 23, which I am. I will not stand down, and I will not allow this to happen to anyone ever again.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming out.